Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 1st to the 8th. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in, Cancer. Just a little reminder, this is a landmark month. We, as a collective, have never experienced, and there's going to be aspects very soon that's going to propel you into your brand new era. But remember, you can't take everything with you. You can't take your old structures, your old systems, old ways of thinking, old patterns, and the kitchen sink. Okay, you can bring your dog. You can bring your dog. Listen, this is going to be a week of immense healing, okay, and change, and some unpredictable events. And it's going to be a week where you're probably going to spend a lot of time thinking about the new you, all right? This is going to be a week. Remember, you're coming after that 5-planet conjunction in Aquarius. And even though that's over, we still have 5 planets in Aquarius, okay? And Aquarius rules your future. Aquarius is, the collective. But to be honest, remember, Aquarius rules you, specifically your 8th house. So you're going to have some big enormous changes. You're probably already going through it. Special emphasis on relationships, deepening relationships, how you feel about relationships, intimacy, as well as, it can be business partners too. It can be work related. There's something there, maybe like investors and whatnot. And the 8th house is also money. And so I'm going to point something out to you later, but when I say money, shared resources, yeah? So investments, also inheritance and royalties and commissions and loans and taxes. And there's a lot of emphasis here. 8th house is transformation, okay? And so you still have all that energy, all right? And you see that there's a lot here we did not even talk about last week in your February forecast. Yeah. And some events that you see, and I'm not going to repeat the same things in your February forecast if you haven't seen it, but Sunday, February 1st, yeah, we have the full moon in Leo at 13 degrees. This is big. This is big, okay? Here's the thing. I want you to think about what happened for you around July 25th, okay? Maybe even the 2 weeks following it. That's when we had the corresponding new moon in Leo, and Leo rules your 2nd house, yeah? Salary and income and finances, it's your earning potential. It's your 2nd house. But 2nd house, here's the thing, if you're not here for money, it's self-worth, it's self-value, it's you feeling that confidence, right? In terms of, I should be getting paid this much more, that's, how much I'm worth, right? That type of energy. But a lot of y'all could have had some changes there with relationships and with money. And maybe even food. Maybe you change something about food. All right. But here's the thing. I mean, Leo, obviously a fire sign. You are going to feel a little bit fired up here. This full moon doesn't let you hide. Okay. It's all about being honest with yourself and others. Because you still have that 5-planet stellium in Aquarius. So all the inner planets, Mars, Venus, Mercury, the sun, and then of course Pluto, all in Aquarius still. So you're embracing your individuality. You're thinking about your future, your rebellious side, maybe coming out a little bit. You might be craving freedom, mental stimulation. This full moon allows you to fully express your authentic self. Aquarius is the mind and Leo is the heart. So you've got this really great, mind-heart coherence to receive signals and downloads, yeah? Your thoughts could be charged up emotionally, and your emotions could be charged up thoughtfully. And as we know, the moon is your ruler. You're going to feel this, okay? And as we know, full moons can be emotional, but this one, I like it. There's great passion here. I feel like you're going to be really inspired. Yeah, it's very you being unapologetic. Like you don't care what others say or think. You just do you. Okay. That's what it is. You're giving yourself permission to be true to you, especially, money, self-worth, your values, but also love and family and, home and creativity. Yeah. Just think passions, right? Let it be known, right? That may be your mantra today. And remember, it is Leo energy too. So you could feel a lot of confidence here. Remember, you got the stage. You're not a backup singer. This is your stage. All right. Leo, the lion, the roar. So it can be dramatic, sure, but therein lies the point. Your world is your stage. Allow yourself to radiate. You do you, right? And just so you know, 2 weeks from now, we will have the new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. All right. And so you're probably going to get a little bit acclimated to the energies you're going to feel when we get to this summer. All right. And remember, the North Node will be moving into Aquarius, South Node into Leo, Rahu Ketu. So you're getting a little bit of a glimpse this month, and it falls on, the Aquarius Leo axis, therefore money. Yeah. And so the nodes of fate, there's, that karmic element that comes along with it. So it's almost like your big, life lessons, your awareness of the direction you're going, your mission statement, what you've got to leave behind, what you have to release. Well, focus around money and finances. All right. Now, cross watchers, if you watch for your rising sign or your moon, or for your, favorite Survivor player, or your husband, doesn't matter. Fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius will feel this the most. Obviously, you will too, Cancer. And then the moon being your ruler, planets 11 to 15 degrees, if you have them, okay, in your natal chart, in any of these signs, 11 to 15 degrees, well, those planets are going to be aspected by this full moon. You will feel it. Now, Monday, February 2nd, Mercury in Aquarius will sextile Chiron in Aries. So at 23 degrees, listen, this is the first of 4 sextiles to Chiron this month. And it's the wounded healer. Yeah. It's when you just go. You go for it. You heal. All right. Old wounds, past wounds. You go deep, emotional, subconscious. Yeah. And it's to transform them into wisdom, to help others. And it's just perfectly under the portal of this full moon that's asking you to clear the decks, especially with your identity. Like, again, confidence and self-esteem. And here's the thing. This is Chiron in Aries in your 10th house. Aries rules your 10th house. So this is going to be huge, like stepping up when it comes to career, when it comes to profession, when it comes to, how you want to be perceived. If you're not here for career or profession, it's your public image, your reputation is the 10th house. It's also honors, it's achievements, it's recognition. So just keep that in mind. This is where you would be working on any wounds and in that capacity as well. It's just very interesting, right next to the full moon in Leo in your second house of income and salary. Now, that means, yes, it's a turning point with that full moon. And so there may be some endings here. There may be some adjustments, or there just may be some really big moves that you make. Now, Aquarius and Aries are very similar. They love their independence. They love their freedom. They do their own thing. So there is a level of self-sufficiency with this sextile. And it's a great time to be proactive, because this is your opportunity to heal. That can be truly cathartic and profound, because Mercury is in Aquarius, and that is all about freeing the mind and accepting truths and being innovative and feeling inspired about your future. And so, again, Aquarius is the collective. It's all about connecting with others, and it's in your 8th house, right? Or rules your 8th house. All those planets are there right now. And so this is going to be very transformative for you, okay? If you put in the work, okay? And so, again, a lot of this looks like relationships, yes. Friendships, yes. Career, yes. But you're thinking long-term in terms of career, and you're seeing changes happening, all right? And we're going to talk about some changes that you may not see coming, but you please take advantage of this day. I love this day. This is, you may have some really deep, deep, deep conversations. For a lot of y'all, it will be love. It will be love and romance. It's definitely going to be around like family and children as well. But there's so much passion here for you. And this is Mercury, by the way. Yeah. So Mercury sextile Chiron. Sextiles are, amazing. And B, this is Mercury, so it's healing through words. It's communication. There's this raw honesty for you to release anything that's bottled up inside. Yeah. So again, this allows you to vibrate at that high frequency and attract what you deserve. Okay. The higher the frequency, you know this, the more that you can manifest and ascend. And this will bring you relief and support and liberation, okay? As long as you put in the effort. Now, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and I'm throwing in the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and I'm going to throw in Virgo. We'll feel this the most if you have any planets 21 to 25 degrees in fire or air signs in your chart. Use this, okay? Tuesday, February 3rd, Uranus stations direct. This is going to be very interesting for you. Uranus is, at 27 degrees here. It's going to be very interesting for you. And if I would actually take advantage of this, all right? So we talked about it in length last week in your February forecast. So just remember, it is the planet of surprises and the unexpected, but also breakthroughs and innovation and wake-up calls and change. And he's moving. You're going to feel this. You're going to feel it, especially if you feel that things have been stalled since September when he went retrograde, okay? Or maybe you were just, bumping into walls, like, that's Uranus is direct now, okay? And so Taurus rules your 11th house. And the reason why I say use this is because he's at 27 degrees. He's gonna cross over that 29 degree point in April and move into Gemini. And to be honest, Uranus doesn't do well in Taurus. Uranus is the sky god. It's going to do a lot better in Gemini. When Uranus moves into Gemini, I talk about this in your 2026 forecast. I know you're seeing my Gemini rising come out. Like, I'm talking, but I'm really into this. I'm feeling really good for you right now, Cancer, and of course every week. But it just, when Uranus moves into Gemini, that will be your 12th house. Okay, so it's gonna be you're gonna be telepathic. That is like, oh, talk about spiritual awakening but your intuition, like on a whole other level. And Cancer, you're already one of the most intuitive signs. So the reason I say use this, because you always want to use aspects. You see, as soon as Uranus wakes up, he doesn't even, have coffee. He goes straight into making things happen or fall apart. But listen, here's the thing. Uranus in Taurus, your 11th house, is your future hopes and wishes and long-term goals and aspirations and your dreams, but also your social network and, your support system. Groups and organizations that you belong to and friendships and even social media. So this is Uranus, remember, wants you to shake things up, and you may feel compelled to do that, and you may feel that doors are going to start opening for you now, all right, because you now have the power of Uranus to have your breakthroughs, and you could have like sudden realizations and insights and epiphanies regarding your, maybe your routines that aren't working the way they used to, maybe your career, maybe whatever it is. Use this, okay? So a lot of this will have to do with, what you want for your future, but it really is more, there's very likely there's going to be people that open doors for you, all right? Like, remember, Uranus, the planet of surprises, in your 11th house of networking, okay? And there will be emphasis on money as well, all right? Big time, okay? Finances, it's a big thing for you. So yeah, step out of your comfort zone. And the other thing is Wednesday, February 4th, Venus in Aquarius will sextile Chiron in Aries, 23 degrees. Yeah, this is the same as Mercury sextile Chiron, right? But it's Venus. So now the focus and emphasis will be on relationships and love and money. You've got Venus, the planet of money, right? Uh, in your eighth house. Okay. So remember, eighth house is also money. And so you have a lot of themes around money and wealth and building your wealth and whatnot, inheritance and investments, but also self worth and relationships are really big. And when I say that, it just whatever resonates with you. It can be business, it can be love, it can be, your sister. But this is repairing trust. Yeah. And in relationships, redefining relationships, allowing yourself to be vulnerable. I mean, this is the sisterhood of the traveling pants. They're all so empowered in the end. And this is how you're going to feel. I mean, you could also feel a little bit more sensitive than normal this week. I mean, it is a lot of, chironic activity. You're going to see a lot happen with Uranus. And then it's even the lunations that are going to be really pivotal. And we'll talk about the second spread, but you will have the moon in Virgo this day trine Uranus in Taurus, okay? And so you may have some things to say with Virgo ruling your third house of communication, but here's the thing. Saturn will move into Aries next week, joining Neptune, who's already in Aries. That's the spiritual warrior archetype. This healing is necessary for your journey, okay, to become that spiritual warrior. Because Chiron, sure, wounded healer. Listen, Chiron shows you your wounds. Yeah, it's up to you to turn them into battle scars. You don't erase wounds. You know what I mean? Like, you don't eradicate wounds. You learn how to live with them. That's self-love. That's empowerment. Okay. So this day and every day, tell yourself you won't let your past wounds define who you are. All right? Use this. Please use this. And then Thursday, February 5th, Mercury in Aquarius is going to square Uranus at 27 degrees. So Mercury is the lower octave of Uranus. Think of Mercury as your iPhone, okay? Or your, flip phone, your BlackBerry, doesn't matter. That's Mercury, right? Uranus would be the cell tower. You're gonna get some transmissions this day. So, all right, there may be a little bit of a jolt. There may be a little bit of, you may feel a little restless this day. This is your 8th house. This is your 11th house. There may be something here with, friendships. There may be, or groups or organizations that you belong to. There may be something here with relationships in terms of business, investors, things like that, right? Building your wealth and intimacy. But here's the thing. This is genius energy. Mercury in Aquarius. And remember, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. So, once again, use it, okay? This is all for you to take. This is you thinking outside the box, all right? If everybody on your block is selling donuts, sell some cookies. It's that simple, all right? It's, especially with finances, there's going to be something here. You could have just these big radical ideas come out of nowhere. You already have Neptune in Aries at such a critical degree too in your 10th house of career, and you're doing all this healing with Chiron and Aries and these wonderful aspects. So there's something career, money that's going to be a big focus for you. Just remember, you create your reality, all right? But also remember, Uranus is the unexpected, and this is Mercury square Uranus. So, yes, be different, think different, do different, but be mindful of the fact it's Mercury square Uranus. This is when you could say something really, surprising, something very unexpected. This is where someone could say something to you that you did not see coming. And this aspect has a lot of rebellious energy. Remember, Aquarius is the rebel. Just letting you know, all right? Just let you know. You're going to be fine. Just be responsive, not reactive. And remember, reality is created by the mind. And we can change our reality by changing our mind. Thank you, Plato. And again, it's that simple, right? But there's got to be a lot of home energy. All right. You're going to feel, I feel like that nurturing side is going to come through. And you do have a lot of partnership energy still. The moon will be in Libra, by the way, this day. But anyway, we'll talk about it in the second spread. It will be the fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Gemini and Virgo. That's going to feel this aspect the most. 25 to 29 degrees. If you have planets in any of the, fixed signs in your chart, you will feel it. Now, I love this weekend for you. It may be really like ultra emotional. But I like it for you because Friday, February 6th, you got Mercury moving into Pisces. It's going to be here all month, okay? And remember, this is poetry in motion, communications, a little bit softer, a little bit more, your pace with all the other water signs, speaking more emotionally with greater imagination and intuition. This is absolutely amazing if you are an artist of any time. Of any type. It's really early in the morning, by the way. I don't know if I got my thing. Anyway, the healing arts, yes, Mercury and Pisces, really great for that. Meditation, spirituality, that's the thing. Pisces rules your ninth house of spirituality. Ninth house is, house of the gods. This is you imparting wisdom. This is you really just seeing things, and it's your philosophies. But there may be something here that really enriches, your perspective on things, your worldview, something that broadens your horizon. It's also Mercury, yeah, the planet of communication and writing, in your ninth house, which is publishing. You could start writing, that fantasy novel, right? Especially with Neptune and your time. I mean, there's just so much here that's really, really, I love this. This is dreamer energy, okay? But it's dreamer energy. So keep that in mind because, details and facts and logic and all that they can get a little lost in the sauce. This can be a little escapist, yeah? So just be very mindful. This is maybe you planning your dream trip. Yeah, it's your ninth house, which is long distance travel. But communicate and think with compassion, with inspiration, maybe with metaphors. That's the language of this transit. All right. Now, Saturday. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk about this in the second spread, where we do the lunations and the asteroids and planetoids, fixed stars, etc. But the moon will be in Scorpio. If you are a subscriber, I always point out when the moon is in Scorpio for y'all. All right. There is a little bit of intensity there when the moon's in Scorpio. And so the reason why I love this for you is because Scorpio rules your fifth house of love and joy and pleasure and romance and, soulmate energy and even creative projects and, sex. To be honest, you've got, if fifth house is procreation, and then you've got, 3 planets at this point. Well, 4 still in your 8th house, which, as you know, building relationships, intimacy, 8th house. These are the 2, houses in the zodiac world that have to do with sex. So anyway, that's, but it's just a fun energy for you because you're here with, your fellow, water signs. Moon in Scorpio, you got Mercury in Pisces. So I really love this, okay? The moon will actually trine Mercury, all right? So this could just be a lot of energy that you feel. But we'll talk about the second spread because the moon will square Pluto, Scorpio's ruler. Anyway, Sunday, February 8th, Venus squares Uranus. So here you go. You have Venus in Aquarius, Uranus in Taurus. So you being very intuitive and having a week like this, which is amplifying, your inner voice or higher mind, you might already sense that there's something coming, maybe a breakup, all right? Maybe a breakthrough, maybe a shakeup, maybe a wake up call, right? But there is going to, there's a sudden need for freedom over comfort when you have Venus square Uranus here, Aquarius and Taurus. And again, there may be a lot of, energy around money for you and finances. And this is both, your earning potential, income, salary, as well as investments. But here's the other thing is like you could be very unpredictable this day, yeah, with Venus square Uranus, especially with relationships. There is friendships as well. You could just end a friendship right on the spot. There's maybe something that you're, wanting to pursue. You decide this day, like, oh, actually, my calling is this way, right? And again, relationships. You might also, even like social media, you may decide to just, I don't know, maybe like unfollow someone or just quit social media on the spot, right? And it's wherever you feel limited. That's where you're going to feel that rebellious side kick in. And the fact that, it's a square with two fixed signs. There's a little bit of wiggle room. But then there's also something here where it just feels like there's, you might also decide to, contribute to, an organization. Like just out of the blue, like, oh, I want to, give to the cats of South Dakota, Facebook group. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's something here that may bring change, but as always, you be the change. And actually, by the way, remember I what I said in your last week's reading in your February forecast. Yeah, there is mutual reception. Venus is Taurus's ruler, and Uranus is Aquarius's ruler. So they're hosting each other. Yeah, so there can be a little bit of compromise here and cooperation. It's more about your breakthrough. This is you being able to have a breakthrough. All right. So again, relationships and money and, honestly, and friendships and your legacy, your future. Those would be the biggest themes. Social media as well. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on for you. Okay. Cancer. Oh, and that would be the fixed signs. And I'm throwing in Libra. That would feel that the most. And if you have planets 25 to 29 degrees and any of the fixed signs in your chart, you'll feel it. All right. Have your breakthrough. Cancer. Let's see what's going on for you for February 1st to the 8th. Cancer, what is going? How are you? You look great. I love your haircut. I do a tradition, and you know what? You honestly, this is it. You're about to have some enormous changes with career. If you are here for that. And again, if not career, just, your reputation. There may be, a lot of you are about to become famous, but you got to put in the work, right? Anyway, where am I? A Cancer, I do a traditional culture cross spread, offers the best overview. If we, especially for a weekly reading, if we need to pull clarifiers, we will. All right, and I love y'all. All right, let's do this. Oh yeah, okay, interesting, yeah. The thing with all this Aquarius energy, the thing with even Uranus waking up, and it's almost like that full moon really, spearheads that. The full moon in Leo at the beginning, it's just like, whoa, and then Uranus wakes up. The biggest thing here is don't resist change. Okay? If continue to trust your intuition. All right? Look, you're going to be good. You're going to be fine, but you have this 7 of Cups. So already, as you move into February, there just may be a little bit of confusion. You may be like, you may have a lot of different callings. You may be in a place where, oh, which direction do I go? Which path do I go down? But then also at the same time, some of you may be just like, what is going on? What is happening? And you may have felt that for, even like, I would even say for a lot of y'all, a couple of weeks. You've had so much happen, right? You're coming out of all these retrogrades. Neptune moved into different, like there was a lot happening, right? Anyway, you do have the Seven of Cups. So again, this is really ultimately just being you, true to you. Okay. It is knowing what you want, what's realistic, right? What's realistic for me moving forward. You see a lot of smoke and mirror here. All right. You see a little bit of fog. So keep that in mind. Yeah. Spend time going within, go out in nature, sit by a tree under the, sit in a pile of snow. Yeah. I think it's the new thing. People, I don't know. But listen, you do you, but know what you want and initiate change. All right. Use Uranus, who wants you to shake things up. All right. As you do that, be very mindful. It's Neptune in Aries. Okay. And Cups. Yeah. You see that is the only Cups card that you got. And so it's, that's love and emotions and feelings, right? Relationships, intuition, all of that. And there is a little bit of, whoa, what? So just be very mindful. What does your heart truly desire? You got the Four of Pentacles here. Yeah. And so it's in the heart of your spread. This is, if you are a cross watcher, there's always one card or two cards that come up pretty much in everyone's readings. A good enough amount. Four of Pentacles. So yeah, I think that you're going to have, this is it. Remember, you got to leave everything behind, everything that you don't want to bring into this brand new era. And a lot of that will be your, ways of thinking. And it just, maybe you are seeing that things are changing and you have to be the change, to be ahead, 2 steps ahead. And the Four of Pentacles really is just like hunkering down, doing the paperwork, bringing out the QuickBooks and whatever it's called, right? Putting things in order, especially your finances. Yeah. And this is someone who is, a little bit, yeah. So sure, remember, investments and money is the biggest theme for you and career. And it just makes sense. But I feel like there's something here where it's really needing to see something in a way that maybe you have never before. And that would even be doing something different way. Try a different app or, maybe have different discussions with different investors or banks or whatever it is. Like, just use Uranus, okay? But this is fine. It's just like the only thing that I would say is look down your cross. You have to face some truths. You have to do that healing. And even with all the Chironic activity, I mean, it's in Aries. So it really, the fact that you've got Jupiter in your sign, still really great. I love that. You're going to feel that. That offers this high level of protection. The moon will be in Libra this week too. Yeah. So again, a lot of emphasis on home and family for you. Libra rules your 4th house, but then also partnerships and relationships, as I mentioned, will be a big theme for you too. So whatever it is, we're putting things in order. Okay. And thinking about the long term and investments and, where do you want to invest your time and energy into, and even your physical realm here. But you've got to be honest with yourself about a lot of things. You're going to have to move with the changes. Okay. And you're going to have to open up because you have the 8 of Swords in your crown. You have the 9 of Swords in your challenge area. You have the 2 of Swords and the reduced spread. So let's break this down. You have the 9 of Swords in your challenge area. It looks like here, clear, like if you're stuck in this fog, yeah, and not even sure like which way to go with your future, it's because you haven't made those changes. You haven't adapted. You have to like new structures, new systems, all of that. Yeah. You see, he is sitting there. He's like a statue. He's unbudgeable. He's unwilling to change. Okay. And so you've got to move with things. You've got the 9 of Swords in your challenge area. And yeah, that's indicating, it's indicating there's something here that it feels like someone else it feels like there's someone who's like in it with you, right? Where both y'all are like, they could also be someone that, based on your decision and choices, there could be someone that feels that they're left out, or they're not, exactly happy with the situation, or they could feel a little bit like, what's going on? So again, you have a lot of great aspects with Chiron to heal, yeah, especially with relationships, etc. Now, the last thing that's coming through is, you have this opportunity to make changes, to not overthink things, overanalyze things, hold on to certain energies that you need to, that's what's going to hold you down. That's what feels like makes you a little bit, it's kind of taking you out of your comfort zone, and you don't know what to, you don't know how to, it's like, the moon's your ruler, right? So you are obviously associated with the fourth house, with home, family. You find a lot of comfort in home. Your nurturing side, really shines around there. But he's out of the home. Yeah. And so it's taking baby steps, leaving your comfort zone little by little. All right. Because there could be a lot that you're adjusting to, but you're going to have to be the change. Okay. With that 8 of Swords in your crown, we call this the self-victim card. And with the fact that you have the only 2 people in all of tarot that's wearing blindfolds. Yeah. You're going to have to see some things for what they are. You're going to have to be able to face some things that are going to happen, all right, this week, or that have already been happening in your life. And it's just a matter of healing those wounds, like I said, all right? Remember, it can be very cathartic. Just be very mindful of that. There's definitely something that you're refusing to see. And this is a week you want to be able to see. You want to have those breakthroughs, okay? You've got 2 people here, the 4 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords, where they're crossing off their hearts, yeah? And so, again, allow yourself to be vulnerable, open up your heart, and everything moves so fast. Everything just falls into place, okay? You have all these wands just zipping through the air, completely aligned. So everything aligning for you. And again, wands are your passions. They have the spirit of fire. A lot of creative energy here too. If you are writing that fantasy novel, we do call this, arrows of love as well. And so a lot of work energy here as well. So there's a little, again, just, it feels like you're bolted down, and it's like, I refuse to change or see some things that, I'm ignoring this, but I'm aware that I'm ignoring it. We got to face it. All right. This is the week, because look at what happens for you. All right. There's so much enthusiasm in the 8 of Wands, and this is indicative of things is, moving fast, swift, things happening for you in that, at a pace that you want. You're being unstuck. And yes, that it's very, likely something's about to land, something that you want, right? Now, let's get to your stuff, Cancer. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you subscribe, leave comments, tell me what's going on. Cancer, big week. We'll clarify some of these too. I'm going to look at something. All right. And then, let's do this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're going to be fine. You're good. You're gooder than good. Okay. This is, I mean, this spread this is like the movie of your life right here. This is amazing. It has everything a script needs. Anyway, the Knight of Pentacles, amazing. There you go. Perfect. This is all about the long term. Remember, this is the Knight of Pentacles. You see the oak trees in the back, in the biggest field in tarot, yeah? Well, look at his helmet. He's got the oak leaves, even in the horse's head. And so he's connected to his future, right? And he's planted seeds. He's in it to win it, to reap rewards. And this is the slowest horse in tarot. It's not even moving. Yeah. But that's the point, is that he's in it to win it for the long haul. And he's going to see everything grow because he's very determined and he's disciplined and he's patient. So again, what did I say earlier? It's all about the future for you and your long-term goals and hopes and aspirations, but also investments toward your future. So Pentacles, yeah? And so really really spend that time thinking about that, okay? But even though that horse is just like, Knights are action. Knights are all about action. They're all on a mission. So have that mission, right? You're about to have a lot of, conjunctions with the North Node. All right. Now, Hierophant, there you go. You got the High Priest in your external factors area. There's someone on your side, someone guiding you. It can be very, he's the connector between the divine and our physical world, right? You've got your 9th house activated in a big way, okay? Because Saturn at this point, by the way, it's about to roll over that 29-degree point. So Saturn's going to be pretty potent, especially over the weekend before he moves into Aries. So Saturn, remember, is all about, he helps you build that bridge. And the Hierophant is the same thing in a sense where he is this bridge builder, okay? And so it looks like there's someone that is very supportive on your side, okay? Which is really great. They could be, someone that you really look up to, someone that inspires you, someone who's a really big spiritual leader, all right? Now, the other thing that's coming through, it feels like there is more of those divine downloads. So it could be something like your spirit guides, or there just could be something here like more in the beyond the physical plane that's coming through. That could really, you may have a moment this week, like a really great moment. And then you have the Magician. You're ready to go. That's the thing. You are so ready. You're ready for this new journey. But you remember, you got to put in the energy. You have to take that action. The Magician is an active card, right? As above, so below. Hand to the sky, hand to the ground, right? As opposed to the High Priestess, like a passive card, right? But go for it. Go. You want this new. And there you go. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. There's a big breakthrough. It is a week of breakthroughs. Like, you can't even make this up. Like, you are good. You're so good. Ace of Swords you see the crown, right? I mean, this is victory. This is success. This is truth. This is your highest truth. Yeah. But this is also just coming out of this. Yeah. That's all it is. And this is, an ace. So there's this new, right? Opportunity, new path, but also new way of thinking. You could have this important conversation that changes everything. You could, sign a contract. Yeah. There's so much potential here. And also, you see the olive branch, like repairing relationships, right? I said that. Okay. So there's like makeup energy, and that's healing, right? It's healing. So anyway, you're actually really good. This is just saying, if there's anything that would get in your way this week, Cancer, it would be you. So you've got to take the action. All right. You've got to be able to face some things that you may have been avoiding, or it's there, and you're just like, like, all right. And it's, again, you've got 5 planets in Aquarius. It's all about freedom. It's all about freeing yourself. And then, wow, how good does that feel, right? You're good. You're good. You're going to be great. You're going to be great. Cancer, next week, yeah, we'll go deeper in the aspects. You know, there's a lot, okay? There's in the big way. Okay, we're moving toward the Saturn-Neptune conjunction. Also, tier 3 members, really good and legendary members, you know where to find the link for the second spread, where we will go through the lunations. We'll talk in the asteroids, the other half of your forecast, right? And then the last thing is, the day this video will come out will be my birthday. Thank you, Cancer. I can't. Thank you so much. To celebrate, I am offering free access to some, the videos at greatawakener.com at my website. And if you're into like channeling videos, my world predictions that I do, as well as, I mean, we have amazing person that does hypnotherapy. We have, an expert that does breath work classes, and we have free astrology classes with Christian, who's been on my channel. I mean, there's so much there, but I wanted to thank you. And that's from Wednesday the 28th until whenever I flip the switch off. I mean, 2 days basically. But the other thing is, at this point, I am about 80% out of my vortex, okay, that I've been going through for the past 6-7 months. And I just wanted to thank you again, because I continue to receive your messages and your comments that are so supportive, and it just means so much to me. And thank you so much for all your kindness and your patience. I mean, I have so much gratitude, and just, you have no idea how much it means to me. So I thank you so much. All right, so I'm gonna let you go. If you like this reading, did I say that? Like, subscribe, all of that, but really tell me what's going on. All right. Oh yeah, Jupiter is going to be active. Anyway, let's all right. I'll see you next week. All right, thank you, Cancer. Bye bye.